Bam. Oh, come on. Stop. Go. Remove. Restart. There we go. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Oh, crap. Oh. I don't know why that doesn't work. Oh, that doesn't work for me either. Huh. Huh. That's weird. Huh. That doesn't make any sense. Interesting. This is broke. Oh, that's not showing up either. Wow. Well, you didn't do a good job. Oh, I bet you that's it too. Watch. Huh, that doesn't work either. What up, Auto Bestie? Hold on one second. I'm still trying to get my dang thing broken. I mean, my thing's broken. All right, I'm trying to find out. Some of the chat messages aren't showing up. What up, Kahora? Yeah. So what up, Lady Boy? For some reason, even my own chats. Can you guys see that? Can you see me? Oh, that's not Pocus, but EO is yeah. So apparently, we'll talk about the EU in just a second here. But my own, can you see me posting those links? Can you see those links in the chat? Let me see. Wow, I can't even pin messages or anything. All right, let me see what's broken. Let me see. Let me make sure I don't have anything wackadoodle on, like crazy wackadoodle. Edit public. Okay. Hold on one second. Monetization, mid-roll ads off. Manual. Okay, save. Let me make sure. Edit. Customization. Live chat. Live replay. Leaderboard. Anyone can post. Live reaction. Slow mode is off. Redirect. Allows people to cross premium. Okay, no, that's done. Monetization. Details. Monetization. Manual. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, cancel. Let's see. That's so crazy. Everything's broken. Yeah, wow, I'm posting all this. Maybe we can't post links anymore. The only option I can do, hide user, and that's my own channel. Okay, what's up? How's everybody doing? Yeah. How's everybody doing? Yeah, so I got no ideas if you guys are posting anything. It's definitely not popping up. The chat is definitely broke. I wonder if I got any power. The power to say this thing freaking broke. Community moderation. Okay, reactions allowed. Pop out chat. Feedback. Participants. Participants. Okay, that's who's in the chat. All right, but what about community moderation? All right, let's see what's broken. All right, new messages on moderation base. So okay, hold on. Let's see if that works. Okay, all right, hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if that works. That doesn't work either. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So I can see you. Kahara. You is food. Yeah. So they're finding out the a bunch of. Well, I guess I'll wait till I get more information on it. But yeah, they're screwed. They're absolutely screwed. They're absolutely screwed. Other than that, okay, let's watch the video. Channel dashboard. Wonder why that doesn't work. Oh, look at this. 1909. Let's go to real time. Can we do real time views? There used to be a real time button that you could click on. Analytics. Let's go. There it is. See live count. So now, bam. Somebody hit subscribe. I want to see if it goes up. Let's go. And look at that. I've just been growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. Doing good. We're just going to sit here until somebody hits subscribe. Or unsubscribe. Either way, I want to see it work. Okay, well, I need to find out what's going on here. We'll look at that later. I got to find out why. Oops. Last 28 days. Look at this. This is how crazy subscribers get. All of a sudden, you get a little bit of traction, and it just freaking goes bam. Like, I went from freaking 700 to 20 to 1909 and like quick. Anyway, all right. Let's see. We can do a subathon. All right, let's try to figure out why things ain't working. Do you see the most recent short at the beginning? Did you see what? Yes. About, I think it was your text that said last thing you did was Satan or whatever. Yeah. I saw it. Yeah, last task from Satan. I was gonna tag you in it too, but I figured you'd see it. What up, lamb? Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, so my own messages with links won't show up. They're not showing up. I'm trying to post the link to my Discord and my Twitch, and it's not showing up. So I wonder. Okay, let's go back here. Let's get that out of there. All right, let's go to the dashboard. When does that go away? Six days. My copyright strikes go in 6 days. I do not recall to disobey him and find the Lord. What up, quackers? How's your foot? Methylene blue. I looked that up for you, by the way, quackers. Methylene blue. Watch this. Methylene blue for an injured duck's foot. Ready? Methylene blue is an effective, affordable, potent antiseptic for treating duck foot injuries, cuts, infections, and bumblefoot. So I helped you out, frickin' quackers. I remembered you, brother. Acts as a disinfectant. Clean the wound. Apply methylene blue. Torn webbing or injured toes. All right, let me get back here. I gotta find out why we can't post links. That's so crazy. All right, I wonder. Let's see. I wonder if it thinks the ledge. What up, Envira Pro? What up? Yeah, that shows up, huh? Huh? Weird. That shows up, but this doesn't show up. Oh, that showed up again because I did the same thing. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because I posted to Twitch. Let me try that. Okay, all right. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's broken. Definitely broken. Cool. All right. I got 6 days till my copyright strike expires. See if I can do it. See if I can keep going until Lamb gives me another one. What up, Sir Reginald Bumquistle? What up, sir? Sir Reginald. All right, let's see. Go to channel analytics. Where's that live count? Where's all? 2025. Nope, that's broken. Custom. Cancel. Where? Oh, lifetime. There you go. Look at this. This is what you guys got to do. You got growth, and all of a sudden, bam! I think it is too, Lamb. I think it is also. Yeah. It definitely ain't just mine. And I heard that quackers. I heard that where am I at? I heard that they were doing something to stop people from using ad blockers, and they did an update and wackadoodle a bunch of stuff out. Yeah, because I used to post all the time. I used to post the same thing. Join our Discord and Twitch. And when I post that, it doesn't show up. Hey, Brianna. Oh, he's trying to say hi to you, I guess, and he can't say hi. So Brianna, Lamb just texted me to say hi to you, to tell me to say hi to you. It's been rocking the suburbs, just like Quiet Riot did. I'm rocking the suburbs, except that they were talented. I'm rocking the suburbs. I take the checks and leave the cash. Cause some producer with computers fixes all my shitty tracks these days. Yeah. Rocking the suburbs. It gets me real messed off, make me want to say. Yeah, so this is my new, we'll watch my new video real quick. My new editor made one that, did you like it, Space Cow? Wow, it's already got 113 views in like a couple of 3 minutes. Take a trip here. Let's see if this works here. Hold on. All right. So we got to find out why we don't have any electric in here. Wow. Nope, we definitely don't have an electric, which means the plants will die.
You talking to me?
You. Damn it. So I'm running from here all the way back there through big, thick 12 gauge wires. Where's the chicken butt? What up, Courtney? There's a chicken butt right there. There you go, chicken butt. What you girls doing, huh? What? What's up, ladies?
You're outmatched, Elf.
If I'm gonna change circuit to see if the breaker went bad. All right, let's reset it and we'll see what happens. Okay, tripped again. All right, so now what we're gonna do, I have these on separate circuit breakers, so I'm gonna swap out this guy for this guy and see if it trips the other breaker.
Yeah, that's instant. And that stays on now, okay? All right.
My last
Something else that sounds like a trip. All right. Oh, man. A box.
You there!
What you
Stop!
looking at, huh? High speed mode. Oh, it tripped. It tripped again. What do I have a short? Oh, short circuit.
That was you,
Yeah, it doesn't
Kahora.
trip instantly. All right, so let's turn this guy off. Okay, what up, Charles? Long time, brother. How you been, man? All right, and my problem was, this is
Because
a
I'm
freeway.
crazy.
So water got in here and destroyed it. So tomorrow I'll cut this guy off. Look at that. And I'll connect the two of them without having, I'm just lazy. All right. Hello. All right, let's see if this works. Okay, it does work. Okay, cool. All right. Take a trip here. Let's see if this works.
I love it. I love it. I love the internet. Do you recall? Yeah, my chickens look at me crazy because I'm freaking. They can see the freaking future. Yeah. So I think it was gonna be a good relationship with the new guy. He's done a lot of good stuff. I'm gonna. He did a bunch of edits and we're gonna start. You guys are gonna see more long form content from me. We're gonna do We're gonna do the B12, conquer the world. Last task from Satan is a very crazy question. I wonder who would ask such a thing. You space cowboy. You glad it was added in there? I broke something.
The problem is with...
Let's go. Did you see it? Did you like it? He's done a bunch. There's a bunch of them he's got like 10. I gotta there's a couple of little things I gotta do. Like some of them, let me see if I can find.
In America, the trick is starting...
Where's it at? The Guardians of the Galaxy is a good one too. Maybe I should upload that while we're waiting. All right, we'll do that now too. Yeah. I have to add. It doesn't matter. I'll just add it up there. We'll do more later, but I'll upload that right now and then we'll watch it. Welcome to America, muchacho.
I worked on them together. This we built those sets we built for two. They filmed...
Bam, upload, short ad. Oh, come on. Is it still downloading? Still downloading. There it is. Okay, done. Processing. What are you calling muchacho? Man, I look freaking washed out. Look how shiny I am. Now let's get some lights on here.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3.
Did I break it? Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3. Okay, there we go. Do I look better, ladies? Do I look better now with proper lighting? Okay, that one's working. Let's go back here. Let's add text, edit. We'll go all the way over here. We'll go text. We'll go subscribe. Done. We'll go all the way out here. And then we'll go... how long is it? 1 minute one, so we'll go back to 57 seconds. We'll split. We'll delete. Discard. Move. Upload short. Okay, alright. Processing. Alright, let's look at Lamb's video. See if he can give me another copyright freaking issue. Do you recall a favorite hair coloring product? I've never colored my hair. Never once. I remember Manic Panic all the girls used back in the day. Oh, dude, even the frickin', it's even broken. Even the chat window's broke. Look at this. I can't scroll all the way down to see Lamb's text, Lamb's chat. So yeah, they've definitely done something here. Let's see if I can click on it. It says when you're walking to the shops with ADHD.
Yahoo!
Yahoo! He made it. He made it. All right. Way to go, Lamb. Last time I showered, Monday. Monday. No, yeah, Monday. Monday. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, Monday. Yeah, I don't play around with that crap. All right, we got a new one up. Let's see. Let's take a look at that, too. Yeah, you guys freaking do whatever you want with your bodies. I ain't making love or nothing. I don't care. I ain't freaking trying to watch. You know, I got my ding-a-ling to wash off. You deal with it. My ding-a-ling. I wonder why that doesn't work. Okay, let's see. Now I broke something else. All right, hold on. We got it. This is the new one.
What was your favorite to work on? Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3.
What?
You look like Mary Poppins.
Is he cool?
Hell yeah, he's cool.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I worked on them
My ding-a-ling
together.
is
Just
fit,
we
the
built
fix
those
it
sets
every
we
day.
built for 2. They filmed 2 and 3 at the same time, so I built lots of kick-ass stuff. I built the spaceship and stuff out of wood. All the monitors and stuff, like they're not, you know, they're made out of wood, MDF, so they're smooth, and then you paint them to look like metal, and then you paint them to look like dirty metal, and you beat them like you take chains and you smack the wood, so it's called distressing, and then it looks like it's been dented up, and then when you paint it to look like metal.
But I switched it over to private.
What color button did you put?
Blue! For the blue suit! Oh no.
Blue is the open line for everyone. Orange is for blue.
What?
Orange
Black
is for blue.
orange. Yellow is for green. Green is for red. And red is for yellow.
No, yellow is for yellow. Green is for red. Red is for green.
What was your favorite to work on?
Freaking awesome. Look at this fool using AI to make videos. That wasn't AI. That was real life. Yeah, buddy. Give me a like. All right. Okay, we back. We back. Back in black. I'm here. The culture's called a crack. All right. We making. So yeah. So working with him, we got a bunch of scripted stuff coming up too. So you're gonna see a big difference in the content. Well, I mean, you'll still have all this, but you're gonna see a lot more now. So now there'll be a lot more shorts, and there'll be a lot more long form stuff. And oops, sorry, somebody logged into the server. My university is hiring AI. I can be their virtual AI ambassador. Oh, dude, it's so crazy. It's such a scam. Because what they're going to do is they're going to hire fake people. Not necessarily your college, your university, but they're going to hire fake people that are going to get paid salaries that get funded from the government. So the government's giving them money, and then they're going to hire fake people and then they're going to, and then it's you have one guy that makes like 100 employees, and the one guy that runs the AI are those 100 employees. Watch, you'll see. It's all going to be a big scam. I freaking love bubblegum. What up, Katra? What's up? 5. What is this saying? AI code YouTube major outage. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, it's definitely, Katra, definitely. Major AI. Agreed, 100%, brother, Envira, brother. Absolutely. It's the best gum. It's, yeah. Double bubble. I buy it by the pound. I think it's 2 pounds, actually. Nah, I think it's a pound. I'll have to look at the bag. It's big. It's like this big, freaking big old fat foil bag. And people are like, why do you keep chewing? Because it's freaking addictive. Had to move here. YouTube is bugging. Rock and roll babes. That you, Katra? Subscribe. University equals AI. I think we lost. Oh, Brianna. Hey, rock and roll babe. Thank you. Yeah, if anybody's having an issue on you, here, I'll put up a text here. All right. Let's see. Let me put up a text here. Add text. New text message. Okay. YouTube to chat. Is broken. Try Twitch. And pin. Okay. Can I do that? Central. Where's vertical alignment center? Okay. And then we'll do this. We'll put that like right here. Now we'll put it up here. There you go. I don't know. Let's see if you guys can see that. Okay, so go to me. Okay, there we go. All right. I was metal detected with my dad and found a World War II artillery show. What would you do it? You hit it really hard with a hammer. What do you mean? You clean it up. You take pictures of it. I mean, if it's already been detonated. Restocked pads. Got a ceramic generic face mask. Got more body wash, curl cream, moisturizer, face wash, and new set of earrings, like $65 total. Yeah. Imagine a university where a teacher chants and acquire. You're absolutely right. You're what? Imagine a university where a teacher chants and acquire. You're absolutely right. Where every teacher chants acquire. Gotcha. Dang, Twitch looks way better than YouTube, right? Yes, it's unbelievable, the difference. The quality difference is unbelievable, and it's coming from the same camera. So you're getting in Twitch, you're getting all this. You can only see me do this when I do this in YouTube. Yeah, and then this whole thing. So it's much better, and the quality you see in this video is what you see on YouTube, which is unbelievable. It's because it's stop infesting my alone time. Looks like a tank artillery projectile. Yeah, we'll take pictures of it and stuff and display it on YouTube. But make sure talk to your dad about it and make sure it's not going to blow up. YouTube is borking. Yeah, definitely broken. That's why I came here. Leave me alone. Don't leave him alone. Hit the like button. Did you follow me? Somebody give me a follow. Let me see. Hold on. Let me pull up Twitch here too. Let's just do this way. New window. Twitch. Stream dashboard. Hey! I don't know what I can do. So Brianna, all right, Brianna, welcome to the family. Let me do this. Bam. Thank you. You're now an important part of the Twitch family, Brianna. Oh, it says I'm unstable too. Average stream, but too high. That's weird. Good. That's really good because I need, in order to get affiliated on Twitch, I need 3 people in the stream. And I got 3 right now, so that's good. Do you recall what it's like to be Be like Biff. Thank you, girl. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I've been trying to get people over there for like a month. But now YouTube's helping me. Okay. Oh, I can whisper to you. What is, I guess whisper's like DMs. Oh, so Twitch has DMs. Oh, I'm going to whisper to you. What's up, girl? Girl. Yeah, that's right. I think you were wrong, Mr. Phillips, chemistry teacher. You're absolutely right. Sugar and toothpaste doesn't make napalm. Okay, done. I just got focused on the AI. Imagine that. Imagine that, Velcaro. YouTube crash so your Twitch could grow. Sugar, oh, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Yeah, it looks way better on Twitch. And look at the difference now in the chat. It's 90% Twitch chatters and one YouTuber. Yeah, that's awesome. I wonder if anybody ever whispered. Hey, I got 32 followers. Bam, that was fast. I have to give Twitch my number to whisper. Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You can whisper. You can whisper to me on here. Hey, let's all scan our faces on Twitch. Are they doing that? Are they doing that? Or how do you do it? I mean, my face is all over it already. Have you recalled how to factor? I could factor if I had to. I think they want us to scan them on. Yeah. That persona is a pin, a central pin in all of that, which gets hacked. Readily. Come here, pretty lady. Come here, pretty lady. Let me whisper in your ear. Come on there, pretty lady. Let me whisper in your ear. Oh God, ear. Let me whisper in your war. It's a good timeline. It's a good timeline, Vel. It's a good timeline. Come on, little lady. If I click on that, does that pop up? I have no idea. Cisco Kid was a friend of mine. People are freaking out. Yes, listen, they're absolutely nuts. They're absolutely nuts. People are crazy. Environment Pro's getting a kick out of all this. Cool. I think I've never had more than 4 viewers at the same time. We're really doing though. Yeah, we are. Here's the problem. We had the dumbest teachers for like 30 years teaching kids absolute crap, not teaching kids how to have human interaction, how to deal with problems, how to debate. When I was in school, we had a debate class, and debate class was, okay, Jim, you're the Republican. James, you're the Democrat. Okay, 5 minutes. All right, James, now you're the Democrat, and Jim, you're the Republican. So you had to argue from both sides. Now the whole Democrat side is, well, Trump's not, it's freaking so crazy. Do you recall how to taste the difference between two smells? I remember synesthesia. Synesthesia is when you can smell things. Well, it's when your senses get mixed up. You can smell colors and stuff. Let me pause this. This is going crazy. I got freaking things playing all over the place. Baby, let me whisper in your war. Let me whisper in your war. All right, pause. Okay, there we go. I keep watching myself. Okay, synesthesia. Synesthesia, not anesthesia. Maybe I said it wrong. Synesthesia. Synesthesia? How do you say it? Let's figure it out. It's a neurological phenomenon. Oh, I'm all over the place. Oh, I'm all over the place too. Hold on, where am I at? Chrome. Oh yeah, I'm all sorry. I was all whacked out there. Oh, I can make it bigger. All right, there we go. Neurological phenomenon where stimulation of one sense, hearing, sound, involuntary triggers, seeing colors. It can also be taste and whatnot. It's a consistent, often hereditary trait, not a disease. Grapheme color. Letters and numbers have colors. Auditory, tactile. Sounds have touch. Sounds feel like touch. I'm so tired. I can smell colors. I'm special. Yeah, that you would be very special, or you're on acid. Have you ever considered putting your ding-a-ling inside the entrance of a beehive? No, never. We can find a beehive. You talking about a wasp's nest is what you're talking about. Paper wasp nest. I think it's a paper wasp. Yeah, these. No. Let's just see. Maybe it is a bee's nest. No, wasp's nest. Wasps. Wasp, man. These things. Look. This is what you were thinking about, frickin' Space Cowboy. You definitely don't do that. Google that Google AI overview has been wrong 4 out of 5 times. Yeah. It often is. Absolutely. If you use AI, then please use good ones at least. Preferably. So only things that I already know, only things that I already know, I use that on. And when it's wrong, if somebody brings something up to me that I have no idea about, then I do a deep dive. But if it's long, and then when it's vague, I deep dive in also, or if we go into a topic. But absolutely, Vel. Absolutely, no, I agree 1,000,000,000%. Yes, one of those. How do you know it's wrong when you make the decisions? How do you know it's wrong? When do you make the decision that's wrong? So you can tell how it's worded. So for instance, like we can do this. This is an interesting thing about wording, right? Okay, like watch. Is Netflix a profitable company? Okay. Yes, highly profitable. Okay, highly profitable company. All right. How much debt does Netflix hold? Okay, they're $14.46 billion in debt. Current liabilities, it's not $19.6 billion. So you can see how it's saying, it'll say things like when you ask about things, and it says most. When it says most, you know that it's picking between multiple choices. So I'm self-taught, so I know quite a bit about it. And I've worked in AI years and years ago. Before it was language models like this. We used to use it to find if people had weapons or knives, and we would be able to use other. I was making a product so companies that already had security cameras, if somebody came in and pulled a gun, it could within a second have the police notified. And then if there was a fire or an explosion, you could tell the difference between the two by how many frames it got bright. If it got bright really quick over 3 video frames, you knew it was an explosion. If it got bright slowly, you knew it was a fire. And so I kind of have a good now. If someone says, do you know about this? Or a Space Cowboy says, do you recall something? And I'm like, no, I don't know how to do that. And I pull it up. I don't use the AI. I'll go down. But yeah. So it makes it highly makes it correct. So an average user like a mother. No, absolutely not. And I'm adamant about that to my viewers. I absolutely tell people you need to look, because it'll answer, especially when you start to get to the Chat GPT type, the communications types. It learns who you are to sell you stuff. So it learns what you like. It learns if you're a Republican or a Democrat or conservative or liberal. And then it gives you the answers you want to hear, so that when it offers you products, it builds false trust with you. And that's what humans do. They talk about stuff that they don't know often, that they don't have any idea what they're talking about. They know about the topic, the headlines, and then you gain trust. Oh, you know about that, you know about that, you know about that. And they're like, yeah, you know what you should do? You should get a freaking a rum enema to help out with your freaking herpes. Stuff like that gets crazy. $15 an hour for an AI ambassador. Hold on. Colleges hiring AI ambassadors. Okay. Care deeply about students, passionate about education, AI, tech, want to be part of high impact communities. Robin Campus Ambassador, AI career platform. We are looking for motivated students to join us in an AI powered career platform. Listen. So many people are going to be so uninformed because they're going to learn how to use AI, and AI is going to turn them into whoever's paying for the AI. The schools that I went to as a kid, I had conservative. I went to religious school and public school, so I saw the difference between the conservative and the liberal educations, and I got both. So great, but people are going to trust so much in the AI that they're taught. So the people in each bubble it's going to make the bubbles much more dense. So people on opposite sides of the aisle or opposite sides of the opinion, I can't remember what it's called. It'll be even stronger because they're like, no, I asked and I was told and I paid for this. I was paying for college and they told me this. And people are going to believe it because if you go into debt learning something, even if it's a lie, you'll believe it. You'll absolutely believe it. It's a big problem. You need a long background in computers and internet, which sounds funny to actually know which is not AI generated, which is not. There's people taking over AI TikTok. Oh, sure. Yes, 100%. 100%. Right. I'm 49. So I've already had a long career. I've worked in security. I've worked in aviation. I've worked in the music industry, the movie industry. I've used the upcoming AI, but before they called it AI, it was called machine learning for the most part before they started calling it. They were using machine learning to teach the AI. And then now the AI is the interface with the learned data sets. Do you recall how to use AI effectively? Nope. I don't use it effectively. NVIDIA, University Ambassador. And this is the thing. This is the problem. AI. So NVIDIA will send ambassadors to colleges to teach teachers and professors how to teach their kids about something. And that's just one company. Kraft does it too. Tinder used to send brand ambassadors to colleges to teach people how to use Tinder, and that it existed. Like that was part of their marketing budget. Let me say, Tinder ambassadors. Tinder U program. The ambassadors specifically to the Tinder U program are college students hired to promote the app on campus. I can use it effectively. It spams the F out of me every 5 minutes later, so I need to make a backup every 5 minutes. Yeah, I got you. Absolutely. And I tell you what, imagine this. Imagine how bad the scams are going to be. Imagine trusting your AI so super much, so deeply, and then you get think about it. In 10 years, the kids that are 8 years old, when they're 18, they'll have no idea what the African prince scam is. People saying, "Hey, I made $100 million in crypto, but I got to get it out of the country." Started, and they're like, "Well, it was freaking Bob, my AI, that told me I could trust it." I don't understand why people rely on ChatGPT. Listen, people love the audio feedback. They love hearing a human-like voice. People are lonely. Most people just want other people to know they exist, and it feels like they know who you are. They know you deep. They talk about the deepness of your soul and how special. Yeah, it's really rough. People are doing this open call thing where they are giving all their bank details. Yep. Listen, it's freaking bad. This is why I try to tell people, understand how these companies work and invest in the support companies. So what do AI companies need? Like, what do AI data centers need? Like, what substances? And I tell everybody silver. Let's look at where silver's at. So last January, silver was at $20 an ounce. Silver spot price. It's at 90, 89, 86. It's at $90. So right now, if you bought $100 worth in last January, it would be worth $1,000 now. Let's go to 1 year. It would, yeah, $182 per for every dollar you put in. It went up 182%. Yeah, so that's freaking absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Because AI, the memory, the new memory, the Z-Stack memory that Intel is making uses a lot of silver. The new batteries, that the sodium ion batteries that Tesla and all the other car companies are using, and SpaceX is using in satellites, are sodium silver based batteries. So they're going to use a lot, and they're just building the manufacturing now. So they haven't even bought all the materials, the silver and what they need to run, and the companies that support them that will be buying bulk silver to turn it into silver chemistry, and the solar panels, the new solar panels that are going outer space and on people's roofs are going to use more silver. So like this is, so even if the companies crash, they'll have already bought the silver, so it'll help people like that. Chat GPT is good at for math homework. For that, yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely good at math. It's better than me. I do so many problems when I'm like, Chat GPT, take the reins. For math, it's understandable. I mean, people are like, what's that, right? What should I eat today? Where should I go? Where should I get my mental health? Who should be my therapist? Be my therapist. What do you think U.S. government using Grok on their AI implementations? What do you think your U.S. government using Grok on other AI implementations? This is what I think. I think Elon Musk knows exactly what's going on. And I think the misinformation that's put out by all AIs called hallucinations, I think a lot of them are on purpose and absolutely politically stacked 100%. So I think Elon knows that Grok has an ability that's not given out. I think they're probably 10 years more advanced than the AI we're allowed to use as the public, as citizens. The military, the government have ones that are 10 years smarter and we're using the old technology. Like now that they have the data centers that they were doing the testing in, the new data centers that they're building are just moving that old 10-year technology out for us to use. And then the technology that's 10 years in the future is what's going into their research and development data centers. And that's what I think is happening. Did I say, yeah, you're U.S. government? I'm in the U.S., yeah. But I'm not the government. The biggest gang I know is called the government. So basically, if you know the United States government, it's basically the Italian mafia versus the cartel, depending. You flip your coin on Republican, Democrat. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And this is another thing people don't understand about AI either, because it's so expensive to run with power and water. If you wanted to replace a secretary that gets paid, say, $65,000 a year, it would cost between $40,000 and $80,000 worth of electricity in the data center to run the AI models that would be your secretary. So when they say people are being replaced, they're not going to be replaced for free. So if it costs you, because you can't ask your AI secretary to go grab some printer paper from the store or stop by here on the way back in from lunch or any of that, right? So if you're only saving $5,000 per employee or that, it may not even be worth it because you wouldn't get the tax write-off. Yeah, I think it's worse too. They're all crooked. Yeah, the whole Democrat Republican thing is fake. It's fake. Look, Trump was a Democrat up to 2016. Then he ran as a Republican, and then you've got people saying that they're Democrats and they're running as Republicans so they can win. Like they're just running to win. They don't care. They don't care about the R and the D thing. I actually believe the U.S. center of corruption in the world right now. There are bad governments, probably as close. I think U.S. is worse. I agree. I absolutely agree. Absolutely. Fake Democrat running as Republican. All right, watch this. So people argue Democrat, Republican like white people, black people. Like people say, "Oh, you're biased, blah blah blah," but you don't like Democrats or you don't like Republicans. But watch. Oops.
I'm not a real Republican. Like, I'm telling people the truth. I knock on a door and I say I'm running in the Republican primary, but I'm not a Republican. I'm a progressive.
Running in the
I'm running
Republican
as a
primary, but
Republican
not a
in the
real
Republican primary for Congressional District 14 because that is where the actual competition happens in our
They just
gerrymandered
want to win.
It happens
They just wanna
in
win.
the primaries. Like if you're in a district that is a lock for Democrats, that Democratic primary is where the competition is. And quite frankly, while the can't win strategy is about building for the long term and like building our bench and being ready for fair maps in 2030, we got to fucking win right now because we are in an emergency.
Right. So, thank you, Val. So this is the thing. So you have people that hate their families because their parents are Democrats and they're Republican or vice versa. And this is what's actually going on in the Republican and Democrat Party. People are just switching letters to win. And people are going to vote Republican, or Democrat, and they don't even know who these people are. They just know Democrat bad, Republican good. And so, but one of the Republicans they're going to vote for is actually a Democrat. You know, so it's like the freaking, it's wackadoodle stuff. It's wackadoodle stuff. And it's not worth disrupting your family and friendship, your human personal relationships over these spy games just because you got a bunch of freaking people that want power. Let's see if this even works here. Politicians lie. Who knew? Oh boy, I love it. I love it. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about dinner. I gotta eat something. I gotta eat something. Let's see. But yeah, corruption is wackadoodle. And the thing is, you don't know who's lying, who's telling the truth, who's the evil ones, who's not. I mean, it's getting pretty easy to find out who's the evil ones. I'm actually a pretty centered guy. I don't get faced. But this current situation is getting kind of yeah. So this is the big thing. This is the big thing. Okay, like currently, there was a big trap set yesterday at where President Trump said, if you want to protect Americans, stand up. Or if you think the role of the government is to protect American citizens, stand up. And none of the only like 5 of the 200 Democrats stood up. So I think what's actually going on is is that the cartel has said, here, I'll give you $1,000 if you let my buddy out of jail to a bunch of people. And then they took it and then they were like, hey, I gave you $1,000. I'll give you $10,000 to make sure this person doesn't get elected, or you say this about that person. And if you don't, I'll shoot you. And so they got into bed with the cartels, and then now they have to publicly be like, oh no, what did I do? And they're just hoping that Trump takes the cartel out so that all the crap they got themselves into, like they don't know a way out. They don't have an off ramp for having because they're all taking bribes, Republican and Democrat. But I think the Democrats currently in office have taken, the ones that are really like they don't want to do anything but get Trump out of office. I think these are possibly the ones that took the cartel bribes, and I think the Republicans take the Italian mafia bribes. So I'm centered too. I'm absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I wish a bunch of new people would come in. I wish a bunch of people, and I wish a bunch of new people that we knew, like people that have been in America for frickin' 20 years. We've got documents of them from, starting kindergarten, where they went to school, where they went to vacation, like people like that have clean pasts. Because we're finding out now a lot of Republicans and Democrats haven't paid taxes, and during COVID, they didn't stop asking their when they were landlords, they didn't stop asking their tenants for rent, even though they passed laws requiring regular citizens that were landlords to stop asking for rent. Like they're not doing what they're saying they want to do. They're not living like they're talking. I actually aren't even worried about the Mexican situation or bribes. I'm just describing the situation. You know that it's just so obvious now. Like when people won't even stand up to say we need to protect the country. You know, it's just like, well, there's a reason, and what's the reason? If the people that's paying them says you better get this guy out of office so we can continue to do this, whatever, and you can flip the two, you know. But that's what I think is. I'm actually really worried. I'm actually worried about the human soul, and I'm not even religious. No, brother, I'm religious, and I'm worried about the human soul. I was an atheist scientist till my mid 40s, until finally I got enough actual knowledge about the education system to find out, well, why? Well, we know that we can't prove there's a God. We know we can't prove it. So why do scientists that dismiss God, why do they say that there is none when we have no idea, but we do have a lot of evidence saying that we were created? So that started to push me off of like everybody, and that led me to the point where the people that are doing the best science, like if you look at this, look, Nobel Prize by religion. Like the people that are doing the science that changed the world, 78% of the Nobel Peace Prizes, 72% of the Nobel Prizes in chemistry are people that follow a religious model. Yeah, you know, look, I'm right there too. Look, I've been in the movie industry for 15 years, making propaganda and bullcrap, and knowing that people are breaking their families up. You have people getting divorced because somebody's like, well, Trump's not so bad. He's helping a lot of people, and they're breaking up their families. They're doing all this this financial this traumatic financial disruption to their lives over what a bunch of politicians squawk about, all the propaganda from both sides. And it's like, you guys should just raise your kids, you know? And it's just like, no, they're like, and I'm like, that's definitely evil. If you ultimately are all about making sure people don't even feel love or feel like they have a place in the world, that's what pushes me to the side that these guys are evil. Thing they're doing, a whole immigration thing is wrong. I'm half Mexican, so I'm biased, but they're targeting people. Yeah, right. But do you think they knew what was going to happen? Do you think they knew what opening the border, you know, was going to do? And so they knew that the pendulum was going to swing back the other way. And they just wanted to be able to move their money around, their investments around, to be able to invest when the border was open, and then move their money to invest when the border was shut. And that's absolutely what's happening. The lawyers that handle these cases they're paid per case by the government. So the people that are here that need immigration lawyers that can't pay for them are getting the government's paying for them. So the lawyers are just got an open pocket, getting stuffed full of money. And even they know, even the people, like, even if they end up getting deported anyway, it's like, regardless, they knew it was the same thing with the defund the police thing. They knew that crime was going to go up when they defunded the police. So what they defunded the police, they lost a lot of police officers. They fired a lot of police officers, and then they said, "Oops!" And then they hired a bunch more police officers back, and they said, "We need even more." So now we need even more money from the government. So it's like they're just doing the same thing. They're just doing the same thing. So they knew that they were going to have to be overly rough getting people out of the country because there's too many. You know, it's not that hard to think of, but I understand, especially when you have it's just like that. I don't want to say what I'm thinking about, but it's definitely not about immigration. What up, lamb? I don't want to say what I'm thinking. Hey, bro. Yeah, listen. They got issues. They got, but they know about it. Listen, politicians know how to profit no matter what the situation is. They know it. They know what the laws that are being thought up are going to do, and they have think tanks going over and saying what's going to happen, how's it going to affect different parts of the economy, and the parts that benefit from it, they move their money into there before the laws are passed so that they benefit from that. And then when that pops, they move their money to where it's going to benefit when anything else happens. Like, people know that they were going to hire 80,000 more ICE officers, so first of all, they knew that we were going to have a lot of immigration, so they moved their money into NGOs that were being funded by the government to help the migration part. And then when they're getting kicked out, they moved their money into, okay, we're going to hire 80,000 immigration officers. They're going to need body armor. They're going to need guns, so that they moved their money into that. So they made money when the immigrants came in, and now they're making even more money and the immigrants are going out. So they know what they're doing. This isn't like, oh, we just accidentally left the door open. They knew exactly what they were doing, and they didn't care who gets hurt in the process. All right, my message being hidden YouTube. All right, hold on. Wow, a bunch of people are texting me. I got 3 other people. 2 other. Okay, hold on. If you might have to go over to Twitch. There's a link in the chat. It looks like there's a problem with YouTube. You might have to go over to Twitch. There's a bug with YouTube with the chat. What up, Brianna? Yeah, Lamb screaming at YouTube. I don't even know what and why ICE is. I don't even know what and why ICE is. That would have happened here. That wouldn't happen here. ICE is immigration and customs enforcement. So ICE used to be like when people landed at the airport, they would check to say, okay, you can't bring tomatoes in, and you can't, and do you have a visa so you can stay here for a month? And then, and then if they overstayed their visa, ICE would go get them to send them back home. And that's what ICE used to do. And then now, because we had 25 million plus or 20 plus million people come across the border, they hired a whole lot more. It's crazy. And a lot of bad people came across the border, and they try to make it racist. But because no one looks at it, how many white people, how many French, how many Indians that were deported? A lot. Everybody's getting deported, but they want to paint Trump as a racist, so they only show people that aren't his color. But now everybody's getting deported. Brianna screaming at this guy. And now they're like military. Right. Yes. Yeah. Right. But they're fighting the cartels, and this is the thing. There's 50 states in America. Only 3 states you see on TV, 3 cities you see on TV protesters. The other 47 states are also having hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of people being deported, and those issues aren't happening. So this is a big problem with the America being so huge that when people in other countries turn on the TV, they're like, oh, what's going on in America? But it's one very small sport. Hold on 1 second. Oh, 1 second. What's that? What happened? Lamb's taking off. I know what you're doing, Lamb. All right, hold on 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Why, what's up? Sorry, brother. Why were the early 2000s better than now? Right, listen. So it wasn't until the early 20s, 2000, like 2000, 2007, 2008, that the whole light the world on fire racism stuff started up. America wasn't, if you look at the news and stuff back then, the 90s and everything, like, let me see if I can find something. Was America racist in 1994? Erica. Let me see if I can find it. I probably can't find anything on it. There used to be a bunch of stuff like let's see if I can find anything. I'm sure I won't be able to find everything's gonna be propaganda. Race relations. Maybe not use the word racist. There's only like freaking like MLK and stuff. That's not 1994. Right. So America had a black president in 2007. So it wasn't super racist before then to the point that he got more votes, than anybody. Anyway, yeah. I might have to find something where. Race relations through photography. All right, people don't think about that. Like in 2008 when Obama was elected, America elected Obama. The white people, the black people, the brown people, the yellow people, everybody voted for Obama, and it was just like, so did it get worse after that? I mean, like, being old's hard. Hey, there you go. You're there. What up? Kimoshalov. I think people gave too much rights to the government now. Yes, that's exactly what happened. B2B. Well, you do. Yes, that's exactly what happened. The government got too big and it got in everybody. And because, listen, nobody cared about trans and gay. Nobody cared. Listen, my mom and dad worked at the Applied Physics Laboratory, Johns Hopkins, and my mom worked with a trans woman, and it was no big deal. Like, we talked about it as a family, like, oh, my buddy Jim's turning into Jamie, and like, it was no big deal. No one cared. No one cared about racism. No one cared about sex. And then the government got bigger, and then they started being like, well, we got to worry about who's black and who's white. We got to worry about who's gay and who's straight, and then who's gay and trans and queer, and they just keep adding and adding because it makes them bigger and bigger and bigger. And the bigger the government gets, the bigger NGOs, non-government organizations, have to be created to help that. So then you add like a buddy of a politician would start an NGO, and the government will be like, racism, transism, hey, blah, blah, let's fund this company to teach people how not to be transphobic. And that's what happens. But it's with everything. It's not just the trans stuff. It's everything. Every problem they come up with, they're like, how can we get rich off of it? What? Ferguson, Missouri went downhill after picking up speed. Hey, brother, say a prayer for my homie Nate. He's in the ICU with septic wounds because the homies didn't take care of him while I was out of town. And Lord help homie Nate. Oh, he's paralyzed. Damn. What up, Vishal? Man, that's freaking, that's horrible to hear about, man. That's horrible to hear about. Come on, homie Nate. Yeah, and this is something that's coming out. So I live in Atlanta. It's gangland. Here's the big thing. People die, and then when they die, it's not reported. So if someone dies in a street gang, the body gets taken care of, buried, burned, whatever, and then the death certificate's never put in. So they say that the person has been injured and recovering, and they get them on disability payments and stuff like that. And because the person's injured or paralyzed, they get somebody else to take care of them. Somebody becomes the not judiciary. What's the term? It means they're allowed to sign for them, and they take care of them. And so when it's time to vote, the person who's already been dead for however many years, doesn't matter, a vote gets mailed in, and then you can vote and say whoever you want to vote for. So you have dead people voting in our elections, and that's another big thing that happens. This is why you see a lot of people in gangland saying crime's going down when people are live streaming themselves murdering people. So we know it's going up, but the numbers are going down because the reported murders are going down, not the actual. But when they query the hospitals, it's going up. Yeah. B to B's from the gangland, and that shit can be rough. Lamb throwing love. Yeah, and it's not. So it's like, so think about this. I was talking about the cartels and stuff before. It's not just the cartels. It's also all the crime families. They want power. They make so much more money legitimately than on the streets. But the more people you move into America, and the people that are nervous all the time because they might get deported at any minute, they start drinking, they start and everything else. So the cartels are going to come in to make money off of that. Even if you don't think about it as crime and emotion, it's business, and it's absolutely having an effect. And I just think they got out of control. Well, that's not a new thing. The world has known for decades they vote dead people. Right. Right. But now, so in 2020, they just look at this. 300,000 votes were found in my town. 300,000 incorrect votes in Fulton County, Georgia. 300,000. 300. Okay, look. Fulton County elections admit 350. Oh, where's that? 315,000 votes. Filed a lawsuit demanding that Fulton County turn over all ballots and stubs. They made a mistake. They made a mistake during the 2020 presidential election. They made a mistake. 315,000. Trump lost by under 12,000 votes, and they found 300,000 incorrect votes for his, So this was the stuff that's coming out now. This was December 23rd of last year, right? So they've got all kind of dead people. I guess people in the right place are stupid. Yeah, ain't that's right, right. So it's like even I was like, you lost, dude. Just let it go. And then I'm thinking, then also, who else complained about this? Well, Hillary Clinton complained about that hers was stolen. So what I think people are playing both sides of the fence. I think you have people that have access to be able to do extra voting, and they say, how much are you going to pay for it? And so whoever paid more got the more votes and won. But that's what it looks like. But people want to be argumentative about Democrat, Republican when it's like, hey, it's just whoever's got the most money, and if you really want to get rid of it, and they don't want to. It's just stupid. Why did it come out now? It was reported in the 30s and 40s. Go figure, right? Go figure. That shit's crazy. Yeah. Let me see. Fulton County, Georgia, election issues. Fulton County, Georgia, election issues. Fulton, man. And look at that. You don't even get an AI. You don't even get an AI overview on that. They're like, nope, I'm staying out of that. Because if it says something wrong, they're getting sued. All right, let's do this. Let me see if I can find something here. There you go. Look at this. This just came out.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to have to take issue with that. And the reason I'll take issue with that is because I spoke with, we've only had 2 executive directors. I'm one. We had one before me. In researching the Rossi Moncla case, the former executive director shared with me that he went into the Secretary of State's office during that time period. You then turned to him and you said to him, "You can't come in here." He said, what do you mean I can't come in there? You can't come in here. Into the Secretary of State's office, your executive director. You then went into the office, according to his testimony.
So they're getting called out now.
When you came out of the office, you said to him, "We're not going to investigate Raffensperger, and we're not going to investigate Fulton County."
Uh-oh. Chairman, you got some explaining to do, because I don't want to hear that.
So the chairman won't let his boss come in to see them stuffing ballots.
We need to investigate this, man. Y'all know
right.
Seen
Twitch, better YouTube.
everything that's happened with Brad Raffensperger. One of the main reasons this case against the president of the United States was brought was because the president made a phone call to Brad Raffensperger and said, "Hey, man, we need to find these votes. What are y'all doing with the votes?" And they even had to do an investigation to what happened in the voting here in Fulton County. It was an entire mess. And not one time, not 2 times, 3 times. The votes weren't adding up. So why?
Right. So it doesn't matter Republican, Democrat. It's people. It's the vote is being sold, and now it's just gotten too obvious because now if anyone's got, we got people that are 100 billionaires, almost trillionaires. How do I put my picture on there? Somebody. How do you add Space Cowboy? You still there? I don't think it shows your picture. One but doesn't show it. It shows Space Cowboys. We're not talking about real things here. We're not talking about the real things here. Oh, right. Sure. Why would we? Why would we? It'll just get buried.
We wouldn't want to investigate Brad Raffensperger.
But yeah, I'm open. I don't give. I'm not on the side. I don't care. I'll talk about whatever.
That executive director then said to you, "But
right? Why would we?"
Mr. Chairman,
what's good at what are you talking? Are you talking about the video we're watching or on this channel? I think you're talking about the video we're watching. Right? Why would they talk about it? Probably, but he said it right.
Committee. I'm telling you.
I said why would
we're not going to do it. Now that's his testimony to me.
Right? Why would we talk about the real stuff? You see the name of the video? Screaming into the silence, screaming into the void. It's like I try to bring up everything I know, and if anyone's got any information, I'd love to have it. But yeah, you start the conversation, I'll join right in.
So don't tell me that you did not obstruct. That is obstruction. When you tell your executive director that he cannot come into another government agency. Now, what this board decides to do is the will of the board, but you don't have a right to say that. Now, you have a right to choose as chairman whether you want to vote on any measure. But, Mr. Chairman, I think you were entirely wrong to tell that executive director he couldn't come in. What was being discussed so important that your executive director could not follow you into the Secretary of State's office and talk?
Well, your allegations are false.
There you go. What's the
allegations are false to begin with. I told him that I did not want him attending that because I wanted to know what I was getting myself into. This was the very beginning of my tenure as chairman here, and I wanted to have a private conversation with the representative of the Secretary of State's office to find exactly what I was getting myself into when I took over this. Because after I took over, I heard multitudes of negative comments about me being associated with this board. Okay, I want to find out what I was getting into from their standpoint, and that was the sole conversation took place.
Why did it need to be in private, buddy? Why did it need to be in private?
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to have to take issue.
Why did it need to be in private? So this is the cool stuff that's coming out. The things that's coming out is we got people that worked for $120,000 a year for 40 years in government, and they want millions. They rule you. They're your kings and queens. They want the money. They see how truly rich people are. They see how truly rich the Biden family is, how truly rich the Trump family is, and they want to be rich like that. So they're like, what do I got to do to get that money? That's what the wackadoo is. All right, let's see. So this guy lives in my city. I'll show you something that's pretty interesting too. Let me see if I can find it. Man, this guy's freaking milking that. That's for sure. The actual funny thing is that the Biden shit is... Yeah, sure! Yes! Yeah, dude! The reason they put him in there is because he's nuttier than squirrel turds. He was so easy to control. What should be looked into is who was operating the auto pen. Who was signing all of his stuff. Why did he have, like, 8,000 people pardoned in a 10-year window? He pardoned almost 9,000 people, I think it was, for a 10-year window, saying even like from here, for whatever happened today and 10 years previous, they're pardoned for crimes that they haven't even been charged with yet. But if it happened in this window, they're fine. So I think why they really hate Trump is because Trump canceled those pardons. So then if he finds out any of these people like broke a law in the past 10 years, they're no longer available for pardon, so they can get sued for it. And I think you have a bunch of idiots running our country that believe that they would be able to pull this all off. If everybody pulled their $100,000 and got a couple $1 million together, they would be able to pull off a big scam and pull the wool over everybody's eyes. And they had all us arguing Republican, Democrat when it had nothing to do with anything, because you have rhinos and dinos, Republican in name only, Democrat in name only. It's just people that want power. They just want to win. And if they can convince you the other side's bad, morally, racist, Nazis, whatever, and then it's like people get like, oh my God, I can't vote for it's freaking absolutely disgraceful. As a European, what did Barack do so bad? So he ran on saying he was going to help everybody and stop all the wars. He started a bunch of wars. He didn't help the black community. Let's see if I can find something. Let me see if I can find this.
Barack Obama came into office as a unifier, and then he proceeded to radically divide the American population. You can see it in the polling data. 72% of white adults thought race relations were good in 2013. So did 66% of black people. By 2015, that number was 51% of blacks and 45% of whites. Barack Obama's racial polarization was dramatic. He presided over race riots in Ferguson and Baltimore. He promoted the lie that police officers all over the United States are racist, contributing to the rise of the Black Lives Matter movement, raising crime rates around the country.
These young men are incredibly angry.
He polarized the country on social issues, including, most prominently, same-sex marriage, where he simply decided to reverse his position from 2008 on same-sex marriage and declare that everybody who actually held his position from 2008 was an evil, bigot, terrible person.
Marriage is between a man and a woman.
Right, so he said marriage is between a man and a woman, got power, and then said, do whatever you want. So he lied to everybody. He told the black community that he was going to fund their colleges, and then he didn't. And then when Trump funded their colleges in his first term, Biden's first day of Biden's first term, Trump gave $100 billion to HBCUs for lifelong funding. Biden's first term, after he beat Trump in 2020, the first day he took it all back. Like, these people are freaking nuts.
As the IRS targeted political opponents under both Eric Holder and Loretta Lynch. He presided over the use of the FBI to target Donald Trump in the 2016 election. On the foreign policy front, he alienated traditional allies like Israel, sending pallets of cash to America's enemies like Iran. He basically ceded all of Crimea.
This is Ben Shapiro. That's who's talking.
To Russia.
It might be
He
fast,
destabilized the Middle East by backing the Arab Spring, radically pulled American troops out of Iraq, and led to the rise of ISIS.
You can
and
look,
by the way,
we can look all of this stuff up too.
Obama was the worst president in the history of the United States.
All right, let's find a better talk on it.
Ever wondered where the web was born? Here, in the labs of CERN. at the foothill of the Alps in Geneva, Switzerland. And we'd love to take
No. That wasn't AI. I know who Ben Shapiro is, and that was from his channel. Absolutely. The second one was AI.
The first YouTube video you watched? Or your favorite Vine? Win the trip to...
Joe Biden wants to be president, and given the alternative, Americans
this was
should
5 years ago.
This
okay?
fact seems to please centrist liberals for some reason. Joe Biden is seen as a return to normalcy, going back to the halcyon days of the Obama administration. And things are definitely really bad now, so I get why people want to kick the new guy out. Trump is terrible, no doubt, and Obama was slightly less terrible, so that's something, I guess. But I would think that the prospect of going from terrible back to slightly less terrible, but now a little bit more terrible than that, because it's not actually him, it's his running mate, that would make people question whether or not they actually lived in a democracy. Probably, though, the reason they don't consider it a problem is because they don't think Obama was that terrible. I mean, Republicans think Obama was terrible, but they think he's terrible for the absolute worst reasons. Centrists and libs love him. They think he's the bee's knees. And it's not hard to see why, I guess. He's charming, handsome, witty, and probably
I don't know.
one of the best orators in a generation. He's the first African-American president. That's a hell of a progressive-sounding thing, isn't it? Doesn't hurt that he's sandwiched between the two most contemptible presidents in living memory. Except maybe this guy. He's the perfect politician, except for the teensy detail that he's a carefully manicured fraud and a mass murderer.
Cuss words are showing up over the finds a bunch of stars. I don't know. I don't know how to manage Twitch.
So if 75% of those Americans that have been killed in drone strikes were not specifically targeted, what does that mean for the thousands of Pakistanis, Yemenis, and Somalis that have also been killed in drone strikes?
Well, look, this is a country of 300 million people. I do not believe that the only person who's qualified to be the chief of staff of the Treasury Department is a Goldman Sachs lobbyist.
We tortured some folks.
It's difficult to imagine now, but this guy seemed like an outsider in 2008. Some fresh-faced, bright-eyed newcomer who could take on the establishment and shake things up a little. His slogan during his first campaign was hope and change. Right. And in case you didn't get the message, he also had change you can believe in. In retrospect, that was a really fitting slogan. It was change you could believe in, not change that we will enact, right, or even change that is likely. It's an invitation to believe a change is coming, but no promises. And there were plenty of reasons to want a change, to hope for it even. America was embroiled in two pointless quagmires in the Middle East that showed no signs of stopping, and the economy cratered harder than it had since the Great Depression. The latter is a complicated problem that I only sort of understand the details of, but the long and short of it is that huge finance companies were left unchecked and gave a bunch of loans and credit to people who they knew couldn't pay it back. Then they took those toxic assets and bundled them with other good assets and sold them to other finance companies or something, and that hurt the money. The money didn't like that when they did that, so the money went away. The details aren't important. What you need to know is that everybody knew this was a problem. Everybody knew the bubble was going to burst someday, and nobody did nothing about it because the assholes doing it were making enough money to buy them off. And not like directly,
and this is the same thing that
nobody
just
handed a politician
over and
a big
again.
bag of money with
they cause a problem, they get rich off of it, and we all get hurt in the process. And then rinse and repeat. Change the topic, do the same thing. Change the topic, do the same thing. Change the topic, do the same thing. Lamb is all alone on YouTube. There's 5 people on there now, I think.
The dollar sign.
They probably can't say anything.
They just funded think tanks and the economics departments of important schools and subtly raised the profile.
Funding think tanks. That's so crazy. We haven't already had billions of dollars in think tanks. That's what colleges are supposed to be. They're supposed to be think tanks. So they made something different than college. Then they gave everybody free access to college so that everybody can go into as much debt as they wanted to. After the housing bubble popped in 2008, because of this happened, then they said racism, everything's racist, and we've got to let everybody go to college, which didn't have to do with black people or white people. It was just everybody needed to go to college. When I went to college for one semester, I had to pass an entrance exam to get in. They wouldn't even give me financial aid to get in. Unless I passed that test. Then they said this was way before this, obviously. So then now anybody can go in. People can get $200,000 in debt on courses and curriculums that they cannot get jobs on, except become more teachers, so that they can open more colleges to allow more kids in that can't do anything but be teachers, to open more colleges, and they're just stuffing money into their pocket.
Of advisors to power, and maybe formed a few super PACs to kick money to whatever candidate would pass the legislation that they wanted. So, okay, that's not great, right? Like, it seems like one thing you'd want is the people who knowingly did that to make money, fully aware that the livelihood of thousands of innocent people would be wiped out, should get punished.
What up,
You'd
brother?
Think that if there was a guy currently campaigning for president who was saying, hey, everybody, we got to change stuff. We need a bunch of change, if you ask me. Change is what I'm going to do, if you know what I mean. You'd think that that guy would hold the finance companies accountable and make it so that they couldn't just destroy the economy for fun anymore, right? So, like, if that guy got elected president because people wanted that, you probably wouldn't be happy if he filled up his cabinet with guys from the companies that did that.
Right.
So if that guy's...
He only hired people like not economists, people that worked in like Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, and whatnot, like companies like that, in order to say, we've got the open purse to the United States. How do we drain it into our own pockets? And that's what the Obama administration did.
From his time
they
at
started
Harvard,
Obamacare, which
who
cost
is now
people
an executive
more money.
at Citigroup, one of the companies that destroyed the economy to make themselves slightly more astronomically wealthy, donated, I don't know, $200,000 to that guy's campaign, and then that guy's pal ended up in an advisory role for the transition team where he helped pick out that guy's finance people and didn't resign from Citigroup while he was picking out those people until he'd been doing it for 2 months. And then after he had left Citigroup, a year later, they paid him a $2 million bonus. And let's say also that this guy brought on another consultant named Jamie Rubin, who's the son of Citigroup executive Bob Rubin. Let's say that Bob Rubin was also the Treasury Secretary under Bill Clinton, and he repealed the Glass-Steagall Act specifically so the merger that created Citigroup could happen. That'd be a problem, right? And then if Citigroup managed to skate by with no consequences, and in fact, Obama's transition team negotiated with the Bush administration to get a massive bailout where taxpayers footed the bill for hundreds of billions of dollars of Citigroup's losses that were the result of investment decisions Bob Rubin made, and then the guy who was the architect of that deal, Timothy Geithner, became Obama's Treasury Secretary, and by the way, happens to be the protege.
The guy that was able to finesse $100 billion out of people was moved into the president's finance secretary to move more hundreds of billions of dollars out of the Treasury into their own pockets. So they got stupid rich.
You'd probably think,
like,
hey,
why does Obama have $100 million? Why does he have $100 million? He got paid $400,000 a year for 4 years, wrote a book that hardly nobody read. How did he get the rest of the money, right?
Citigroup seems to be writing the rules here. And that's something that they shouldn't get to do because they hurt the money.
Right.
They made the money go away. And that's just one example. You want a list of Obama appointees from Goldman Sachs? Treasury Secretary's Chief of Staff, Mark Patterson. Counselor to the Treasury Secretary, Gene Sperling. Acting Assistant Treasury Secretary for Financial Markets, Kathrik Ramanathan. Managing Executive of the SEC's Division of Enforcement, Adam Storch. Chairman of Commodity Futures Trading Commission, Gary Gensler. Hey, you know what else is weird? You know what's weird about all those guys from Goldman Sachs being Obama appointees? It's that Goldman Sachs was also one of the biggest donators to Obama's campaign. And they gave almost $1 million. And then, mysteriously, a bunch of their former employees...
Right, so they paid $1 million to get him elected and then made $100 billion.
...got important jobs in the administration.
Just want to see if it worked.
That's weird. Don't you think? Sure, they're taking all the money, but maybe they have a good reason for it. Maybe their grandmother is very sick and needs medicine that costs $200 billion. And yeah, I know they didn't just hand them a big check with $200 billion written on it. They agreed to take on the losses of $200 billion worth of toxic assets. There's no way to make that into a grandma analogy. Economists, log off. Anyway, if the finance stuff is as boring to you as it is to me, let's move on to the fact that Obama is also a war criminal. Now, before I get into this, it's worth pointing out that most, if not all, U.S. presidents are war criminals. And if you think that lets Obama off the hook, as though war crimes are just an inevitability of the office, why are you okay with that? How can you lend your support to anyone who seeks an office where committing a war crime?
You know how rigged it was. Obama, when he got into office, they gave him the Nobel Peace Prize before he did anything. They gave him the Nobel Peace Prize before he did anything. He was the one that started Obama deported more people than Trump's deported. Obama hired the same guy that Trump hired, Tom Homan, to do the deportations. They say, no, he's bad. But he did exactly what Obama did. Somebody say the word. If you have problems, you're gonna have to go over to, if YouTube's broken, you gotta go over to Twitch. Sorry, my brother. Oh, I should probably put that on here too. Lamb's
is mandatory. Now, maybe some small part of you considers what I would call war crimes, because that's what they are, to either be justified casualties in war or collateral damage that nobody could avoid. So, as I describe the things I'm about to describe, I want you to keep these questions in mind. Is this justified? And if not, could this have been avoided? Perhaps the most iconic of Obama's crimes is the escalation of the use of drone strikes that he allowed to blossom unchecked. During Barry's tenure, the CIA ran a secret program of drone strikes in Pakistan, a country whom you might note the United States was not and is not at war with. See also Somalia, Libya, and Yemen, where drone strikes have also been used by the United States for targeted assassination. And one might argue that killing people without a trial, when you don't even have the pretense of a war, is illegal.
Right. And so, and this is what the Democrats did. And then now the Republicans are getting rid of illegal aliens, and the Democrats are saying due process, due process, due process. But when they're in office, they don't care about due process. This is why when people argue about it, it's so freaking crazy.
And the name of that crime is murder. Now, maybe the murder of suspected terrorists in other countries doesn't exactly scare you. Maybe murdering terrorists sounds pretty good, actually. And if you end up murdering a few people who end up not being terrorists by accident, or maybe on purpose just a little bit, hey, you can't make an omelet without extrajudiciously killing a few civilians. Just the smallest amount of civilians, barely any. Oh, hey, by the way, we're counting every man of military age who was killed by a drone strike as an enemy combatant, unless there was conclusive exculpatory evidence that they were not. And by the way, we're not going to publish their names, so you have no way of checking on that evidence for yourself. A thing that people who were killing very few civilians would definitely consider it necessary to do.
All right, so the point is, you got people breaking up relationships and families over Republican Democrat when it's just kids and people that are too young to have been old enough 20 years ago to understand that this exact shit happened all the time, and they used all the same crap, all the same horses and all the same what's that freaking saying? All the king's horses and all the king's men. But yeah, everybody's all wackadoodle. All right, I'm going to go eat dinner, everybody. I'll be back in about 40 minutes or so. Maybe less. We'll see. I appreciate y'all being here. I love y'all. Hugs and kisses. Hopefully freaking a reboot of the freaking YouTubes will fix that son of a gum. All right. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.